Shalom, everyone. This is our second class. The topic is blessings. From now on, for the next few classes, I don't know, I'm not sure yet how long it's going to take, but I believe it's going to take a while. We're going to have many classes about blessings. Okay, it's a very important topic in Judaism, in Yahadut, that everyone has to know. Everyone has to know. We're teaching kids from very young age to say berachot. Unfortunately, you can see kids around 4 or 5 years old saying bracha, and ask an adult 60 years old, doesn't know what you're talking about. Bracha, what do we do? Shakol, mazanot. This is ridiculous. We've learned that if you don't say beracha, is as if you steal from Hashem. No less than that. The only way to get off the hook is beracha, before and after. And beside that, every word you're saying is a mitzvah. So why not? This is how we're saying Hashem Todah Rabba. Okay, that's what we talked last time. This shiur, we're doing it at Medina's family. I want to thank everybody this week. Baruch Hashem, today we have Emunah. And I want to say a special thank you to Hannah that's helping us with everything, she's the media person. God bless you, Be'ez Hashem. You're going to have a good shidduch, a rich man. You don't have to worry about parnasah. Be'ezrat Hashem. You don't even imagine, you don't know what's the zchut that someone that involved in Torah learning, every time someone watches the Torah, the class, you get a reward out of it. And it's, even if people watch it 2 years from now, 3 years, 10, 20 years from now. So, for sure, myself, because I gave the shiur, and Hannah, she is uploading them. So, Baruch Hashem can have a great blessing from that. And bracha to this house that hosting the shiur. Hashem will give you a lot of beracha, v'atzlacha, and shefa, and beriut. Chen yeh ratzon, amen. Amen, amen, todah rabba. Is your friend coming?
Yeah, he's coming.
She or he?
He.
Oh, he?
He and she, I think.
Okay. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. If you said amen, you get a mitzvah. If you're busy talking, you miss the mitzvah. Tov. We talked about different type of fruit. Some fruit, you can't say bracha. Regular bracha on fruit, everybody knows. You pick it up, not only from the tree, from the refrigerator, from the table. You say bracha borei pri ha'etz. Fine. What about fruit that they're not ripe yet? They're not ready yet. What about eating something that usually people don't eat? For example, someone want to eat onion. He takes an onion and eat it like he eats apple. Usually people don't eat like that. What if I eat forgot what you call it. חום חציל, אתה זוכר? ברח לי השם. Eggplant. I got a blackout. You eat eggplant, you have to cook it or fry it, right? But he likes to eat eggplant raw. What kind of beracha you do? Potato. Do you see anybody eat potato not cooked or mushed or baked? I want to eat potato, non-cooked, with beracha. Just a general rule, we'll discuss that Be'ez in the future. It's not going to be the same beracha. If it's an abnormal way of eating it, not the normal way, it's going to change beracha. Most likely it's going to be shehakol nihya bidvaro. Okay. I wish you have here Rambam. You have Rambam here? Ramanadi? Mishneh Torah. The Rambam recommends, give high recommendation, great recommendation of what type of food you eat. He brings it to the degree saying that if you know how to eat, following his recommendation, you will never get sick. We're talking about Rambam. That was a great rabbi. Most of the mitzvot that we're following today is from his teachings. Oh, great. Yofi, toda rabba. Okay. It's not the one I need. Yeah, I think it's that one. Okay. He gives here a great recommendation. He says, if you follow these rules, you'll never get sick and you'll die at an old age. One of the recommendations he brings up is about food. And he actually starting his book with a long list of different type of food. This is the book of Yesodei HaTorah. Okay? The foundation of the Torah. I see here it's actually Spanish, right? Yeah. Okay, if you get one in English, that's I don't have it here, but we'll discuss it Be'ezras Hashem in another opportunity because it's really a wide topic. But he teaches you even when to take a shower, before eating or after eating, how to cold water, what type of food to avoid, what to eat before and after. I would like just to tell you that there is some fruits that he says you should avoid. He says that anything that is salted, it's not good for your body. You usually have to go from light food to heavy food. For example, you go to a meal. Usually it's on Shabbat. And you have a variety of meat to eat. What you should start with. There is fall meat, there is red meat, there is steaks, there is chicken, there is pargiot, there is chicken wings, there is schnitzel. There is meatballs with whatever sauce. What you would take. So following the rule of going from light to heavy, you will have to start with chicken, going up to red meat. And even in red meat, depends if this is from a cow, an oxen, or a goat, or a sheep. So you have to start from sheep, goat, shalom aleichem, sheep, goat, you go to cow, and then from ox. From light to heavy. You need to eat vegetables. If you have vegetables, I don't hate you, but if you have vegetables, you start with vegetable first. This is why you see every Shabbat, what do you serve first? Salads. People get used to it. There's fruits Rambam recommend not to touch. There's fruits he says you eat it only on the winter time, only on the summertime. For example, one of the recommendations he brings up is never go to sleep after eating a big meal. This is one of the biggest problems for people, and there are sicknesses that you might get that no medication will help you. So what do? He says at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep, you finish your meal. You don't start your meal. So let's say you finish to eat by 7, go to sleep after 10, 11. In the meantime, you should walk a little bit, you should stand, don't lay down. Okay? It's more than I just give you something to taste, his recommendation. And he promised, saying you will never get sick. Under two conditions. There's no virus in the world, there's sickness in the world. It's a plague, God forbid. So it's a plague, it's out there, it's in the air. Or if you're born with a defect. You're born already broken, let's call it that way. So that's another problem. But usually regular people, normal people, if you follow his steps, you will never get sick. Can you imagine that? Even eating meat. And he says when to eat fish. So fish you eat if you go light, you get the idea, right? You start with fish and then chicken and then go all the way up. One of the questions is that people ask Come on, Rambam, you're a rabbi. Why are you not giving me now recipes, what to eat? You become a chef now. This is what you are occupied with. Give me Torah. So many words you wrote about what to eat, what not to eat. Take a hot shower. By the way, he says, take a hot shower. It's good for you, but always ends with cold water. Never finish shower with hot water. It's not good for you. Okay. He also said, drink before. So some people faint. Some people get hurt just from hot water. Okay. So, and Rambam actually said why he brings these recipes of way of life. Saying, people cannot worship Hashem when they're sick. If you are neglected your ways, if you're not responsible and you get sick, you'll be punished for that. What do you mean? It means that if it's a winter time and you go outside without a shirt, you're going to get sick, you're going to get the flu, you're going to be at bed 7 days. 7 days, there's no blessing, there's no prayers, there is no tefilling, there is no talit, there is no shofar, there's nothing. Who did that? You to yourself. He says, but follow my steps, you're going to be healthy all your life. By the way, one of the other recommendations says, it's better to eat bad food, a little bit bad food, than a lot of good food. What does that mean? People say, okay, I'm eating a kosher meat. This is all kosher. But I eat so much every day, you're going to get sick from it. It's going to kill you. So if you eat the bad food, the salted cheese or the cabanos, or I don't know what you call it, the deli, pastrami and all that, it's not good. A little bit from that, it's better than a lot of the good food that he recommended. He recommended to eat figs and grapes. But if you eat a lot of it from it, it's not good for you. You get the idea? So, basically everything that we are eating, bring into our mouth, we must say beracha. We must say a blessing to Hashem. Hashem, thank you for giving me this food. Question. I'm cooking. And I want to taste. So I take a spoon and I want to see if it's salted. Or I need to add salt. Or any other spices. I want to taste from it. Remember the rule. Everything that comes to your mouth, you have to say beracha, blessing. Do I have to say beracha for just tasting the food? I just want to try it. Again, the rule says you can't get benefit in this world without saying beracha. Otherwise, you consider as you're a thief. Now I'm just tasting. The halacha says you don't have to say beracha.
Just if you eat kazait, no?
Kazait, right. If you eat too much. I'm talking about tasting just a little bit. Take a very small sip. Yes, I need a little bit salt. So I took a sip. No bracha. Don't have to. Some rabbi says, it's better take water. Say shehakol, and it will cover for whatever you want to taste after that. That's the best. In general, okay? You got it? It's better. Now, trying the soup meat. I made a meat soup. Does that make me now, do I have to wait now 6 hours? Fleischig, right? Then make me fleischig? It's a Yiddish word. Fleischig, it's meat, and milchig is dairy. So it makes me fleischig, it makes me like flesh, come from flesh. Okay. It makes me fleischig. I wasn't sure you guys are familiar with this term. What do you think? I just tried it. You have to wait 6 hours before I eat cheese, dairy food? Of course. It depends. Remember what I told you? Everything I ask you has to be depends. Depends on what? It's in my mouth. Depends on what?
If you saw it.
Ma?
You
Very good. 12 points. If you swallow it, That's it. I'm fleshik. If I spit it out, I'm not. Really. You see, there's something to learn from all.
But if you said a blessing, you're not supposed to spit it out, right?
Oh, but there's no blessing.
Oh, but let's say you did.
I'm not supposed to say a blessing. But there is a debate about when I'm eating gum, if I need to say blessing, yes or no. It's a debate. Because everything that my tongue feel the taste, sweet, sour, salt, everything that I enjoy, I have to say bracha. But using a gum, I don't really eat anything. I swallow my own saliva. That's a little bit sweet. Yes or no to say bracha? Some says yes because bottom line you're enjoying from the sweetness. Yeah. Some says no. So again, water, done deal, you don't have to. Okay? I give you a riddle. Let's see who knows. I drink water. Drink water. Do I have to say bracha? Blessing? Yes or no? Yes. תודה רבה. Thank you. What's bracha? שהכל נהיה בדברו. In which case, I will drink water and I will not have to, the whole cup, full cup. And I don't have to say bracha. מה? מאיפה אתה? אלוף היום, מה זה? וואלה. מאור היום, you want to have to say it? It depends on if you're thirsty. It's only with water, about water. Water, you only say blessing if you're thirsty. Sometimes you drink, you don't want to get dehydrated. You're in a field trip. And the teacher says, everybody stop. We have to drink. Man, I'm not thirsty. We have to drink. It's mandatory. So you give you cups and you drink. You're not thirsty, no blessing. If you're thirsty, you say blessing. By the way, if you work in the office, in the closed area, you go to the gym, you say one-time blessing, have in mind to cover for all the 2 or 3 hours you've been there. You don't have to, every time you go to the water fountain, saying blessings every time you drink. One time, you cover for that. שהכל נהיה בדברו. Okay, questions? Okay. So, almonds, wild almond trees produce almonds that are bitter when they are ripe. If someone cooked these almonds or used some other process to make them palatable, okay, the proper blessing for them is boreh peria et. By the way, almond, I saw people struggling with taking the peels. It's a good idea because your body doesn't digest it. So, just to give you another recommendation, it's always better when you eat pistachio, almonds, all the, what do you call the other? Nuts and all that. Fresh, uncooked. They're the best. You get all the nutrition out of it, 100%. Some says if you bake them in salt, and this is what we like. We like to eat them that way. It's like eating, wood. There's nothing you get out of it. You enjoy it, but there's no nutrition, no vitamins, nothing. The oven killed it. So the best to eat them raw. Some selling them, I think it says selling them today raw with a little bit salted for the taste. Mm-hmm. It's okay, it's fine. But you get all the nutrition, you get all the vitamins out of it. Okay? If you want to peel the almonds, the easiest way, which is great by the way, because your body anyway is going to waste it, is just pour in it hot water, boiling water even, just pour, wait for a minute, and it's gonna comes out of it easily. Some people just soak them in regular water and waiting a day or two, and then they're struggling. Okay, you don't have to do boiling water because boiling might take also kills it, so you have to be careful. Okay, hot water could be enough. So What about olives? Nobody eats olives out of the tree, right? Olives have to go through a process. So what's going to be the blessing after a process? Boreh pri ha'etz. It comes from a tree. Okay? Good. Okay, I think we're done with that. Now we are going to deal with very important blessing. The blessing is over that grapefruit, grapes, wine, okay, grape juice, not grapefruit, I'm sorry, grape juice or wine. This is something we do kiddush with every Shabbat, at least 2 times on Shabbat. Some saying blessings, not only 2 times. Usually you see it 2 times, right? In the evening and in the morning. Some do at least 4 times. In the evening, kiddush, and at the end of the meal, during Birkat HaMazon. Same in the morning, before you eat and after. It's a great mitzvah to do. I'll teach you a way, B'ezrat Hashem, when you get to it, how to hold the cup. Some hold it like that. Some hold it like that. Some hold it like that. Well, who cares how you hold it? What? There's any meaning to it? There is. According to Kabbalah, it's very important that you hold it in a special fashion. There's ways. Yemenite custom is to hold it either like that, or like that. Because the hands and the fingers symbolize the kindness or judgment. And whatever energy you bring to the cup, it depends on the way you hold the cup. Don't take it lightly. There's a great wisdom behind it. Okay? You know that people can give you evil eye to your food. What do you mean? Grape juice is a grape juice. No.
That's why sometimes it tastes really sour and sometimes it tastes sweet.
King Solomon says, Al tilham lechem ra'ayin, saying, if someone that you know that is stingy, he's cheap, doesn't like to share. One day you go to his house or invite you. Don't dare to eat there. Why? Because his bad eye is in your food. You're going to get only suffering from the food you eat there. He warned you, lo tilham lechem, don't eat the food in someone that has a bad eye. Bad eye, not only we've learned before about the evil eye, his stinginess is in your food. You eat the food, you eat him. He can't stand it. Sometimes you're there because his wife invited your wife, because a friend. Yeah. There's people you can't even imagine. They can't share. Just can't. Okay? So, he warns you, don't take from him even water unless you're, in the desert or you drink it or you die. Not talking about this kind of situation. Avoid having any business relationship with such a person. And definitely don't eat with him. It can give you a bad energy that you suffer from that for years after. I didn't say it. King Solomon said that. Okay. Now, blessing over grape juice or wine. It's a very wide topic. It's very important. We're not going to deal now with all the halachot about mevushal, not mevushal, cooked or not cooked. I'm just going to mention that. I'll give you a taste of it. What's the idea of mevushal? Mevushal means cooked. Wine that is cooked, yes. If you look at the bottles of many wines, kosher wines, not sure about the non-kosher, you see it says mevushal, means cooked. Why they cook it? They cook it because they want to kill the bacteria. So it's up to 85, 86 degrees. Celsius. Okay, and this is how they kill the bacteria, and it can last for many years. So far, so good. But mevushal, in one hand, it's healthier, it's better for you. On the other hand, it's not such a great quality. It's not the original. The original, experts saying it's a better quality. To me, it's no big deal. Some people don't know, they invent rules. You never drink wine when it's refrigerator. It has to be room temperature. Says who? I was in someone's house. He was in shock. What do you mean? You eat it, you drink it cold? It has to be room temperature. How could you? How can you? So that's the way I like it. If it's not cold, I don't drink it. There's rules. And let it open it, let it breathe. And okay. So, mevushal, it's a kind of wine that many years ago people used to drink. 1,000 years ago. It's a wine that non-Jews never use for their own sacrifices or in the churches. Because it's not the highest quality. They took natural, original. If it's cooked, out of the window. You can worship idols, avodah zarah, by physically going and bowing to a statue. Buddha, Shmuda, all the others. You can dedicate in mind, according to Judaism. You don't have to do physical actions. Just by mind, you dedicate something. Money, charity. I'm taking this glass. I don't have to say it. Just in mind. This is l'chaim, salute, right? For the soul of, or to the honor of whatever idols they are following. Immediately in Judaism, you make this wine yain nesech. Yain nesech means this is non-kosher wine. Could be kosher, but what you did makes it non-kosher. You dedicate this wine to an idol or to a person. People not saying l'chaim for your good health. It's not that. Some like to dedicate it for Jesus, thinking that he's God, or second to God, or his son, or whatever they believe in. Okay, it makes it immediately non-kosher. It's not the case with mevushal, cooked, because the cooked nobody really dedicates such low quality of wine. So a non-Jew can deal with that. Even among Jewish, there's non-Jewish friends. They sit together, they eat. So normally it's best to bring to the table mevushal, cooked. If among them will be someone that he wants to, in his heart, dedicate it to his whatever church or whatever, so they have a good mazal, good fortune or whatever, it's no problem. We're not worried about that. So far, so good. This is in a nutshell, just the idea behind it. Because in restaurant, you can see that there's non-Jews waitresses or people who work. They tell, don't open it. I'm only only the mashgiach will do. They don't know what's going on. Why not? I know how to open a bottle. I can open bottles better than you. They don't understand the concept. You make it non-kosher for a Jew. So you have to respect that. That's the rule. That's the deal. We'll discuss this more in depth in the future. This is just the idea. Now, we sanctify the Shabbat, or the meal, with a kiddush over wine. It's a great segula, a great merit for a long life. If you want to have a healthy eyesight, a healthy eye, during Yom HaShishi, look at the candles, Shabbat candles. Look at the Shabbat candles. You're saying the word Yom HaShishi, but when we get to it also, I'll mention that, B'ezrat Hashem. This is why whoever went to my house, you'll probably notice that we have the candles close to the table where we eat. So we can watch and get the good bracha, blessing out of it. Everything we do in Judaism, there's meaning for it. There's no meaning, we don't do. Very ancient customs. Okay? Now, let's do one halacha. What time is it? 9:21. Not 20. Okay, let's do one halacha here, and I think we're done with that for today. Then we move to our second part. So write a title. The title is Siman 202. Okay? It's page 37. I'm talking about Bore Peri HaGefen, the blessing over a wine. The blessing recited before drinking wine is Bore Peri HaGefen. It makes no difference whether someone drinks it straight or diluted, cooked or uncooked. Any of these wines may be used for the mitzvah of Kiddush and Havdalah. Havdalah, that's what we do the very end of Shabbat. We're going from the holy day to a mundane day, a regular day. Okay. One may also use pasteurized wine and recite Bore Pri HaGefen on it. This is the common custom. Okay? In the era of the Talmud, it was common to add honey and spices to wine. We're talking about 2,000 plus years ago. You can try it today. Creating a beverage called conditon. Conditon. Conditon has the status of wine, and its blessing is Bore Pri HaGefen. And it's fits for Kiddush and Havdalah. Why would I think that it's not? Because it's not wine only. It's mixed already with honey and some other spices. Cinnamon or whatever they like to eat. They're adding it. This is not to confuse with modern day sangria and other colors. Nowadays, many wines are specially sweetened with added sugars. They have the same status of conditon, and they may be used for Kiddush and Havdalah. This is the common custom. Yemenite, where I came from, I'm first generation in Israel, but my parents came from Yemen. Yemen have very ancient customs, because they left the land of Israel from the time of the destruction of the first temple, and stuck there till 70 years ago. So they're bringing customs from the days of King David and King Solomon and all that. They preserve all these customs. I saw it in many Yemenites' family that they're making their own wine. Okay, many have it to do, but Yemeni have to do that. It's called Yayin Temani or Arak Temani. What Arak means? You know what Arak? It's like the Greek one. What do you call the Greek one? Uzo, like the Uzo. So the Yemenite, I like to do that whenever I get my hands over wine, Yemenite wine. I know it's 100% kosher. There's no add sugar, no nothing. It's the best of the best. So you can put your hand on such homemade wine. You know, it's the best. It's 100% kosher. Okay? Any questions? Okay, everybody. On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, and thank everyone for participating in this class. We'll continue in 2 minutes in our second topic. We're talking today about the midah, the trait of kin'ah. What's kin'ah, remember? Jealousy, envious. Okay? Very interesting topic today. And please, again, I'm saying it every shiur, every class, help Ohev Israel Foundation reach its goals by donating whatever you can. Go to our website, Ohev Israel Foundation. God bless you all, and see you in a minute or two. Okay.